Mr. President, I had a difficult campaign, as everyone knows. And during that campaign, on occasion, I would be given a little handwritten note. I would look at it later, and it was from Astrid, telling me of her dreams that she wanted to be fulfilled, that she couldn't, because she was not a citizen, even though this was her country. She's been looking over her shoulder for many years now, since the time she was old enough to understand, afraid of deportation. And she decided she was going to step out of the shadows and be no longer afraid and become an advocate for the DREAM Act. She was truly a dreamer. Thanks to President Obama, Astrid and 800,000 other young people just like her, who are American in all but paperwork, no longer need to live in fear of deportation. President Obama's directive to suspend deportation of the Dreamers comes after a year-long review. It will be applied on a case-by-case basis. It frees up law enforcement resources to focus on people who actually threaten public safety and national security. And it removes the specter of deportation that has hovered over deserving young men and women. Many Republicans who once said they favor a long-term fix for America's broken immigration system are now abandoning efforts to find common ground. And it was interesting to note that former governor of Massachusetts, on one of the Sunday shows yesterday, refused to answer the question being asked 4 times by Bob Schieffer. What's your proposal? He wouldn't answer it 4 times. We all know that he said if DREAM Act passed, he would veto it. But he's saying, why don't you work it out in Congress? But he's saying, if you do, I'm going to veto it. So obviously, efforts to find common ground have been abandoned. So the president took decisive action in offering this directive. But he can only do so much by himself.